I came into the hall. It was dark and I couldn't see where I was going, so I used the walls to feel my way around. I found the door. I turned the handle, but it was locked.
When I came into the house, the first thing I noticed, the door was left ajar. So intrigued, I pushed it with my foot. The door opened with a creak.
It opened.
And standing there in the middle of the room was a tall figure, but it turned from me, so I couldn't make it out who it was.
I was soaking wet and tired by the time I reached the house. When I approached the hall, the door was wide open.
Wide open now.
Banging to and fro in the draft from the open window.
The window open, you say?
Window 2. Window 2?
Both wide. When I went inside, it was empty, but I thought from the garden into the darkness.
You thought you saw.
No more than you saw a figure not
standing there in the middle of the room?
And how long were you in?
In where?
Why the room?
Well, I don't know. I didn't time it.
No, but was it a fleeting dash or like a lingering pose?
Well, now, let me see. It were not but a brief appearance, really.
Let's assume it was the same figure fleeing through the open
That's
window.
a wild assumption when neither of you have provided a description.
Says he.
Who never gained entry.
And not for want of trying, okay? I turned the handle several times, but the door remained stubbornly locked.
Why should the door be locked to you, but be open to both of us?
And that's what I'm trying to ascertain.
When did you arrive?
After 9-ish, I guess.
And you, Kalig?
I can't be too sure. It was a dark and stormy night.
Oh, it's not very helpful.
Sorry. Heart. Blood in my office shoes. Into my exact time of life. I was just glad I arrived.
Guys, can we just keep this civil?
It was just the time that I was after.
The time you fuckers could have given me a lift from the station.
If you had given us a rough idea of your time of arrival.
Didn't even know if I was coming or not.
Precisely. You never do.
I'm sorry. Maybe you could have arranged it with my line manager and he could have informed me I was free to leave.
You're being obtuse.
Obtuse?
Look, we'll work it out. Don't worry about it.
You got in, right?
So what does it matter?
There was Bronte when you got in, right?
A figure. Not really, no.
What kind of person walks into a room, sees someone, but fails to notice anything about them?
I was tired, okay?
Did you even notice what sex they were?
For crying out loud!
I think we may have got our work cut out.
Was anything taken?
Oh yeah, with your observational skills, we're never really gonna know what happened. Now are we?
What do you remember from last time?
Oh, Christ, come on. It was ages ago. I have no idea.
Presumably, most of it was auctioned off when the old boy died, right?
Who knows? We've had any number of burglaries over the years. The remoteness that attracts them.
If the person I saw was only there briefly.
Well, you didn't recognize them?
No,
Wait, well, what were they wearing?
I couldn't see. It was dark. It was just like this tall figure standing in the middle of the room.
Did they?
I don't know.
What do you mean you
We didn't speak.
You walk into a room, see a figure standing there, you don't speak?
to believe that?
Do we even take that this figure was real, an actual person?
As opposed to.
I don't know, some figment of your imagination?
Some kind of ghost?
How do we know that you're not plotting something between you? I mean, for all we know, they could still be in the house somewhere waiting to get one of us on our own.
You don't. Our story?
We need to synchronize our alibis.
Are we talking about the same room here?
Of course we're talking about the same fucking room.
Look, all right. I was just checking.
What
What was what?
that noise?
I didn't hear anything.
What noise?
I need nothing but trouble in this district. This place. Every time it gets me like this. I bet the storm was waiting for me. And waiting for me to set off from the station. Then it unleashed its.
At least you got in the room.
You didn't miss much.
Only an apparition?
A shadowy figure in the middle of the room, their back turned away from me.
Are you sure it wasn't your own shadow, Bronte?
That's quite a shadow.
Who's asking you?
Shadowy figure yourself.
What do you mean by that?
Seen nothing of these last years.
I don't remember receiving any invitation. So there's the short of it.
So you entered this room after me or before?
Oh, well, that depends now.
Depends on what?
Whether you were here before or after me.
Oh my God. Well, if you don't know what time you arrived.
Did you get a decent look at this character running from the window into the gardens, Kalig?
No, only their back. They were quick, light on their feet. Like they've been. Or something.
And who do you suppose disturbed them?
Well, now if I only knew that.
Could it be Bronte?
Me? What have I done?
You walked in, found the figure in the middle of the room.
A dark figure in the middle of the room, their back turned away from me.
Frighten them off, did you?
That face in an office can frighten anyone, can it?
You're a hoot and a half, Arkman.
Yeah, I took one look at you and fled across the dark lawns into the open window.
The open window and the rain coming down and a figure running from the gardens into the woods.
So what are we going to tell them?
What does it matter?
Please try.
That's what I've been trying to establish from the start.
We all.
Why? Just let them work it out themselves.
They escaped from the place, fleeing from it, taking refuge from... Oh, I don't know.
Surely heading into the storm?
Or feeling for its life. Freedom, the open spaces where winds.
The rain in their face and hair.
Either way, we missed them by a whisker.
Had I been there earlier, and
If only I reached out, Bronte could have held them captive, could have asked them what they were doing, what they wanted.
They didn't seem disposed to conversation.
such a short span between being here and having gone.
And only having missed them by a slither.
Out through the open window into the dark lawn and woods beyond.
The wind whipping beyond in the sense of release and the storms unleashing.
Could have been something important they came for or took.
I would have tackled them on the lawn and I run after them.
There was something calling them beyond the place in the rain.
I thought to run again, but I only just arrived through the dark and storm.
Rain fresh on their face and the lure of the woods at night.
Had I only thought of something to say.
Had I entered the room earlier,
To inquire their purpose. A salutary greeting in the dark.
I would have caught them climbing out through the open window and tried to stop them from running off like that.
And I surely have locked the door and secured it after me so that none could follow.
Swear. Oh, it was wide open, banging in the wind from the open window.
The window was shut. A figure was standing in the middle of the room, turned away from me.
No. I made sure the door was locked so that no one could gain entry or see, so that none could ever follow.
Well, wow. is this what we're doing today? Wow. Wow. I am so incredibly impressed. I don't even know where to begin with that. Wow. Wow. I'm really sad that David is not able to be here with the David's you guys' writer, right? I mean,
Yeah, kudos to David. Yes, kudos
Yes,
to
Andre,
David.
you hear
David,
me now?
amazing.
Kudos to David, because this script is kind of interesting, because when you think about the language of the play and that the playwright is from Britain, like, you know, you can feel that influence. You can feel, oh, where's David? Oh, I'm told that David's here. And so it'd be great to get David in the room, but just, you can feel him through the word, you know, and it's so like, you know, you get a sense of who David is through the work. And it was incredible to witness, even in this short amount of time. How was it for you guys?
Verica, you want to go first?
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna go first, but I mean, it was an incredible process. When I first read the script, I was just completely in awe, and you know, there's just so many ways in which you can interpret it. We actually had a very deep discussion during our rehearsal. Like when we read it, like what were our thoughts? You know, what direction would we want to take it and perform it, because there's just so many layers and, you know, different concepts that you can just keep on adding to the scene.
Yeah. So to piggyback off of what America said, David left it vague enough for you to fill in the gaps with your own imagination, but concrete enough for us as actors to kind of latch on to it. Wow. So it's this wonderful space between imagination and concreteness that he did a beautiful job on.
Yeah. Overnight too. Like, I think people miss the overnight part of this. You know, we didn't have months to kind of craft this out and think about, oh, you know, how am I going to do this, and and then your use that it was a serious subject matter, and then your use of the paper towels. You know, it was very deliberate, and it's a very whimsical prop, right? And so there was a point where I completely lost that we were in this modality. And I was just so into the story and how you guys were bringing it alive that I was like, oh, right, we're online. Like, I forgot, you know, and it took me a minute to come back to, you know, once you guys were finished. And I'm like, oh, right, there's something I'm supposed to be doing here that's not just sitting, you know, in the space. And that's what Good Theater does. So you guys did a really commendable job. Hey, Laurel, I'm glad you're back. Were we able to get David in? I don't know. I'll hope that David pops up, but man. So what is you guys' background? Is this what you do full time, or how did you come about? What is this for you guys?
Well, I don't know who wants to go first, but if I have to go, then I'll go. So I'm pretty young. Like I'm just graduated high school the past year, so I want to continue, you know, doing theater, and you know, I am in the middle of my gap year, and oh my God, thank goodness during this time too, it was just so convenient timing for everything, really, and I've just been more involved with community theater. So for me, it's a privilege to take advantage of all of these online events and just getting to know so many new faces, and also just you know, connecting, even though it's online. Like, I physically feel and like your energy, everyone's personality, and it's just really a tremendous honor to be here.
I'm glad you're with us, America. Really, really glad you're with us. Really, really glad. I have to break now. But if we get an opportunity, I would love to bring you guys back and talk some more. And then I hope that you guys come back and do this with us again next month. Shuffle up, put you with some different writers and whatnot. And I would love to talk to you more, but I am told that I need to follow my schedule. And so here we are. But I do want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this wild and wacky thing that we have put together. I'm going to put you guys up on the website, and I will send you guys links for your show. But we'll talk about that more later. Thank you again, and I will see all of you soon. Please go visit the vendors And good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. They're in the expo, so please go show them some love. All right. I'll see you guys later.